Hello students, welcome all of you in online lecture series of microprocessor and microcontroller subject, in which today we are going to discuss the types of RAM memories and the special function registers in 8051 microcontroller. So today is our 24th lecture on this subject and my name is Pooja Subhashrao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. In last lecture we have studied what are the types of banks or what are the types of memories and what is memory organization, what is internal RAM, internal memory. Then also we have studied external or internal interfacing with the 8051 microcontroller. So this is all about yesterday. Now we will see in this lecture, that is types of RAM memories. Then what are the special function registers? What is the list of total special function registers in 8051 microcontroller? Then what are the categories of the special function registers? Input output registers or input output port registers, that is P0, P1, P2 and P3. Then peripheral control registers and peripheral data registers. So we will see one by one. First of all, types of RAM memories. Types of RAM memories means what? The RAM memory which is classified into the types such as SRAM and DRAM. So SRAM means what? Static random access memory. This is the full form of SRAM. Static random access memory is a type of RAM or random access memory that retains the information in its memory as long as the power is being supplied. When your power is off, it does not access any data. So static RAM provide faster access to the data and this is more expensive as compared to the DRAM. So SRAM does not need to be refreshed periodically. So in SRAM, each bit is stored in 4 transistors. So that form of 2 cross-coupled inverters. So 2 additional transistors types, that is provide to the control access to the storage cells during read and write operations. So generally SRAM uses 6 transistors to store each memory bit, but these storage cells have 2 stable states which are used to denote 0 and 1. So this is SRAM. Then next one is DRAM. DRAM is a dynamic random access memory. So DRAM is a type of RAM also, and the module that store each bit of data within a separate capacitor. In SRAM we store transistors and in DRAM we use capacitors for storing the data. So this is a proficient way to store the data in memory because it requires less physical space to store the data. And DRAM can hold more amount of data by particular chip size. So capacitors in DRAM are need to be constantly recharged to keep their charge. Thus DRAM require more power. The power requirement of DRAM is high according to the SRAM. So each DRAM memory chip consists of a storage location or memory cells. So it is made up of capacitors and transistors which can hold either active or inactive state. Also each DRAM cell is referred to as a bit only. And when DRAM cells are in active state, then charge is at high state, and when DRAM cells are at inactive state, then charge is below a certain level. So this is DRAM. The next one is cache memory organization. So we will see what is cache memory. Cache memory is a type of memory which is used to hold the frequently used data from main memory locations. Then cache memory is placed close to the CPU and cache memory starts from 00H to 0FH address. This is the address. Then cache memory is relatively small in size, or consisted with 8K and 16K. 16K and 8K is the register values, but it works effectively. Also, it is a byte addressable memory, and it stores and remove only 1 bit of data. Then the cache memory filled from the main memory. When CPU require the instructions, the cache memory mainly used for the reducing purpose and the average time to access for the memory. So this is cache memory. Now we will see what are the advantages and disadvantages of SRAM and DRAM. First of all, advantages of SRAM is SRAM provide large storage capacity on chip memories, and it is typically SRAM having a low latency and high performance. Also, it is very easy to design and interface compared with the other memories. And the advantages of DRAM is it having storage capacity is very high, or compared to SRAM. So it is a low cost and high performance device. So this is all about types of RAM. The next we will see what is special function register. So in 8051 microcontroller, there are special function register which act as a control table, or that monitor and control the operation of the 8051 microcontroller. So if you observe that the internal RAM structure, there is address space from 80H to FFH which is allocated to the special function registers. This already we have studied in previous lectures. So out of this 128 memory locations, that is 80H to FFH, there are only 21 locations that are actually assigned to the special function registers. So each special function register has 1 byte of address, and this is also a unique name which specifies for its purpose. So since special function registers are the part of internal RAM structure, you can access special function registers as you can access the internal RAM also. So the basic difference between the address space is first 28 byte, that is 00H to 7FH is for regular internal RAM, and the next 128 bytes are for 80H to FFH is for special function registers. So this is just introduction of special function registers. Then this is the list of special function registers, which contains A, or accumulator, then register B, then DPL, DPH, IE, IP, then P0, P1, P2, P3, then PCON, PSW, SCON, SBUF, SP, TMOD, TCON, TL0, TH0, TL1 and TH1. So we will see what are they and what is the name and what is the function of each. So this is separated by using the category, like all of the 21 8051 microcontroller special function registers along with their name or function or internal RAM address. First one is ACC. ACC is nothing but a register A or accumulator. It having the internal RAM address, that is E0H. Then B is a register for the arithmetic operation having the address, that is F0H. Then DPH is a addressing external memory having the address, that is 83H. Then DPL addressing external memory having the address 82H. Then IE as a interrupt enable control having the address A8H. Then IP is a interrupt priority having the address B8H. Then P0 is a port 0 latch having the address 80H, and P1 is a port 1 latch having address 90H. Then P2 as a port 2 latch having the address A0H, and port 3 is a port 3 latch having the address B0H. Then PCON is a power control having the address 87H, and PSW is a program status word having the address D0H. Then SCON is a serial port control having the address 98H. Then SBUF is a serial port data buffer having the address 99H. Then SP is a stack pointer having the address 81H. And TMOD is a timer counter mode control having the address 89H. Then TCON is a timer counter control having the address 88H. Then TL0 is a timer 0 lower byte having the address 8AH. Then TH0 is a timer 0 high byte having the address 8CH, and TL1 is a timer 1 low byte, that is 8BH. Then TH1 is a timer 1 high byte having the address 8DH. So this is all about the special function registers and their names with the address. Then there are many ways to categorize the 21 special function registers, but I find that the following ways to appropriate one. So 21 special function registers of microcontroller are categorized into the mainly 7 groups, and the groups are name is math or CPU registers, that is A and B. Then status register is PSW or program status word. Then pointer register is DPTR or data pointer, that is DPL and DPH, and stack pointer also. Then input output port latches, that is port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. Then peripheral control registers, that is PCON, SCON, TCON, TMOD, IE and IP. Then peripheral data registers, that is TL0, TH0, TL1, TH1 and SBUF. So this is all about 7 categories. Then next one is CPU or math registers. So we will see by section wise, that is first section is math or CPU registers, in which consist of A or accumulator. So the accumulator or register A is the most important and most used 8051 microcontroller special function register. So the register A, which is located at the address, so the address of E0H in the special function register's memory space. Then accumulator, which is used to hold the data for almost all the arithmetic and logical operations. Again, some of the operations where accumulator is used, like arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Then in logical operations like AND, OR, NOT, etc. Also data transfer operations between 8051 and external memory. So the name of accumulator came from the fact this is register which is used to accumulate or store the result of all arithmetic and most of the logical operations. So here you can see the figure of accumulator consists of 8 bits, that is bit 0 to bit 7, having the address of LSB and MSB. LSB is a lower bit and MSB is the higher bit, having the address that is starting from the E0H to MSB. Then next one is register B. Register B is used along with the accumulator in multiplication and division operations. So these two operations which perform on the data that are stored only in register A and register B. So during multiplication operation, one of the operands, that is multiplier or multiplicand, is stored in a B register, and also the higher byte of the result in that. So in case of division operations, the register B hold the divisor and also a reminder of the result. So it can also be used as a general purpose register for normal operations, and it is often used as an auxiliary register by programmers to store the temporary results. Here you can see the register B, that is having 8 bits, same as the register A, that is bit 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 7. Also bit 0 having LSB and bit 7 having MSB with the address starting from F0H and the value on reset condition. So this is B register. Then next one is PSW or program status word. Here you can see the figure or table of PSW register having the bits, that is 0 to 7, 8 bits. Bit 0 is a P or parity bit. PSW 1 bit, that is bit 1 is for future operations. Then PSW of bit 2 is for overflow. RS0, RS1, F0, AC is a auxiliary carry and CY is a carry. So the PSW or program status word register is also called as a flag register, and this is one of the important special function register. So the PSW register consists of flag bits which help the programmer in checking the condition of the result and also make decisions. So the flags are 1-bit storage elements that store and indicate the nature of the result that is generated by execution of certain instructions. So the following, this is the table you can see here. This is the symbol, flag name and description of the bit. Bit 7 is a C or CY bit having the name, that is carry, which is used in arithmetic and logical and boolean operations. Then AC means what? Auxiliary carry, which is used in BCD operations. Then F0 is a flag 0, which is used as a general purpose user flag. Then RS1 and RS0 is the register bank select bits, or here you can select the register banks. Then OV is a overflow flag which is used in arithmetic operations, and bit 1 is for result or may be used as a general purpose flag. Then P is for parity. Parity is set to 1 if A has an odd number of ones, otherwise it is reset. So this is all about program status word. Then next one is pointer registers and input output latches, peripheral control registers, peripheral data registers. These topics we will cover in next lecture. So I hope you all understand whatever we have studied, but still anyone have a doubt in this, you can contact me. So thank you very much and have a good day.